In the build-up to his highly anticipated bout against Tank, Lamont Roach Jr. has been intensifying his training regimen, making significant strides to sharpen his skills. Roach has been working closely with Terence Crawford, who recently visited his camp to offer guidance. While Davis has been making headlines for various personal and professional controversies, Roach has remained relatively low-key. However, as fight night approaches, he has started to open up about his training and mindset ahead of it.
And it can only be one winner. It can't be two winners. It can only be one winner. So it's either going to be you or me. And I'm going to get you before.
In a recent interview with Johnny Padro of Fight Hub TV, Lamont Roach Jr. shared insights into his training camp and expressed his excitement about performing on such a grand stage. The conversation took a serious turn when Padro brought up Davis's controversial remarks about Terence Crawford's family. Roach responded thoughtfully, acknowledging the personal nature of the feud while making it clear that he wanted no part in it. Obviously, it looks like they're on a personal level of disrespect, but that's their business, not mine, Roach stated. He emphasized that his primary focus
for sure. Soften them up, then fry them.
Roach's mature stance may have been a key reason why Terence Crawford paid him a visit in training camp. In contrast, Davis's recent behavior has drawn heavy criticism from fellow boxers and industry professionals. The feud between Davis and Crawford escalated after the Ring magazine event in London, which Davis did not attend. Feeling slighted, Davis publicly expressed his frustration on X. In response, Crawford took a lighthearted jab, tweeting, "I see somebody mad they weren't invited to the Ring magazine gala." What seemed like a harmless comment quickly turned into a heated exchange, with Davis retaliating by making personal attacks on Crawford's family, including his wife, a Lindra person,
that lawnmower, that's start that motherfucker lawnmower.
Figures such as Teofimo Lopez, trainer Greg Hackett, and matchmaker Rick Glazer have openly criticized Davis for crossing personal boundaries. The consensus is that while trash talk is common in boxing, involving family members is unacceptable and diminishes the sport's professionalism. Against this backdrop, Roach's decision to train with Terence Crawford stands out as particularly significant. By aligning himself with a fighter of Crawford's caliber, Roach is demonstrating his commitment to refining his skills and learning from one of the best in the sport. This move could also be seen as a strategic effort, not just to prepare physically.
Ninth round.
What?
I say ninth round.
You said ninth?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look, he looked at ninth.
I'm telling him, you saying you going down?
The upcoming fight has generated significant buzz, not only for the highly anticipated main event, but also for its stacked undercard. Broadcast live on Prime Video pay-per-view, the event will feature several title fights alongside the Davis vs. Roach showdown. Fans can look forward to Jose Valenzuela facing Gary Antoine Russell for the WBA super lightweight title, while Giannis Tess takes on Julian Williams for the interim super welterweight title. The prelims promise additional action, with Jarrett Hurd set to battle Yan Gonzalez and Gio Lopez squaring off against Alex Dilmagani. In the U.S., the event will be available on Amazon Prime for $80. Highlighting its global significance on the boxing calendar, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, 30-0, enters the fight with an undefeated record and an intimidating 28 knockouts, his most recent coming against Frank Martin. His reputation as a knockout artist is well established. Meanwhile, Lamont Roach Jr., 25-1-1, is making a bold leap from super featherweight to challenge Davis. This ambitious move underscores Roach's confidence in his abilities. Adding another layer to their showdown is their history as amateurs. Davis and Roach first met in 2011, with Davis
took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog. And, he want to prove his skills against the dog. So I'm going to show y'all what happens when...
Now, over a decade later, Lamont Roach Jr. is determined to seek redemption and showcase his evolution as a fighter. This narrative of past rivalry and personal growth adds an extra layer of intrigue to the highly anticipated showdown. As the fight draws closer, both Roach and Gervonta "Tank" Davis have engaged in verbal exchanges. Roach confidently took to
two weight classes, and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
You got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Man.
Never one to back down, Gervonta "Tank" Davis fired back with his own response. Roses are red, violets are blue. March 1st sounds like, "Don't worry, baby, you'll be home soon from the hospital." While Davis's confidence is undeniable, his recent controversies have cast a shadow over his public image. His decision to involve Terence Crawford's family in their feud has been widely condemned.
Meat lover.
But Tank would never even think about hesitating to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. If Tank get to pick his opponent, he would do it. But Tank would never.
In contrast, Lamont Roach Jr. has maintained a focused and respectful demeanor. His collaboration with Terence Crawford highlights a strategic approach to the fight as he seeks to refine his technique and gain valuable insights from one of boxing's best. This partnership could give Roach a crucial edge against Gervonta Davis. Meanwhile, the undercard promises to deliver plenty of excitement. One of the most anticipated matchups is the WBC super lightweight title clash between Alberto Puello and Sandor Martin, both of whom have demonstrated exceptional skill. In their previous bouts, fans can expect
Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a real good fight.
Both Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. are known for their aggressive styles, promising fans an electrifying high-octane showdown. The fight card's prestige is further elevated by the interim super welterweight title clash between Jan Estevez and Julian Williams, a battle between a rising contender and an experienced veteran, while the upcoming Davis versus Roach fight has already captivated the boxing world. Much of the attention is now focused on the chaos outside the ring. Roach remains laser-focused on his preparation, determined to make a statement on fight night. Davis, on the other hand, seems more invested in fueling social media battles, particularly with Terence Crawford. What?
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
There ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
You're not even entertaining a catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right,
I'll welcome.
Respected boxing trainer Greg Hackett was among the first to call out Gervonta "Tank" Davis for crossing a line in his feud with Terence Crawford. Hackett pointed out that while trash talk is a normal part of the sport, bringing family members into the conflict takes it to another level. From my understanding, Tank wasn't even talking about Bud at first, but when he started talking about his chick, that's different. That hit home, Hackett said. He stressed that a fighter's wife is sacred, especially in a dispute as public as this. That's not just his girl, that's his old lady. When a chick reaches that status, it's because you've been through so much together. Hackett wasn't alone in his criticism. Veteran matchmaker Rick Glazer also condemned Davis's actions, calling his words classless and warning that personal attacks like these could have serious consequences. Very low by Tank Davis. You never ever bring family into it. Ever. Classless move, Glazer posted on social media. Despite the backlash, Davis seemed unbothered. Rather than apologizing or stepping back, he doubled down, posting cryptic tweets and laughing off the criticism, further fueling the controversy ahead of his highly anticipated fight with Lamont Roach Jr. interview.
Lamont Roach, but you know, when you're looking at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at, you know, these other fighters that he should really be fighting, you know, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire. Yeah. So don't come and but don't come.
Hackett didn't hold back. Teofimo Lopez is a stone-cold pad of death, he said bluntly. According to Hackett, Lopez wasn't genuinely supporting Terence Crawford. He was simply using the situation to shift attention away from himself. "Stop trying to spice us to get the heat off yourself," Hackett added. He pointed out that Lopez had his own history of racially charged comments and was now acting as if he had the moral high ground. For those who may have forgotten, Lopez stirred controversy just last year when he made an insensitive racial remark about both Crawford and Davis.
The fact that this guy came to America to give me bananas and watermelon with a note on it. It's unprofessional, and I feel like it's racist, and you just made this fight a little more personal.
Instead of taking accountability, Teofimo Lopez chose to avoid the situation altogether. He never apologized or fully addressed the controversy, allowing it to fade away over time. Yet, months later, he suddenly decided to speak out against Gervonta "Tank" Davis for attacking Terence Crawford's family, a move that Greg Hackett wasn't buying. "Like, bro, mind your business," Hackett snapped. To Hackett and many fans, it was obvious. Lopez wasn't genuinely outraged by Davis's comments. Instead, he was using the opportunity to shift the focus away from his own past mistakes. That's what made this whole situation even messier. Davis was already under fire for taking things too far, but Lopez jumping into the mix only complicated.
"If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck."
Terence. Bud Crawford's silence only fueled speculation. Was he carefully plotting a response, or simply letting Gervonta "Tank" Davis dig his own grave? Many fans expected Crawford to fire back immediately, but instead he remained composed, allowing the boxing world to speak on his behalf. His supporters, along with respected trainers, matchmakers, and analysts, were already making his case. For him, Davis had crossed the line, and the backlash was growing. Meanwhile, Davis seemed completely unaware or unconcerned about the damage he was doing to his own reputation. Rather than acknowledging that he had taken things too far, he continued to stoke the flames, posting
You can't do shit. Wait, I don't give a fuck.
I better be quiet.
I don't give a fuck if y'all was quiet, if y'all was loud.
We got the whole hood over there. Like, twisted up.
Teofimo Lopez, on the other hand, was walking a fine line. While he was busy taking shots at Gervonta "Tank" Davis, fans and critics alike were quick to remind him of his own controversial past, proving that he had no moral high ground to stand on. If Lopez thought he could erase his own past missteps by calling out Davis, he was sorely mistaken. At this point, the feud had morphed into something far bigger than boxing. It was now a battle of egos, reputations, and personal pride. What started as a minor exchange between two fighters had escalated into a full-blown war of words. And now the only question left was, would this feud remain?
Gervonta friends?
Friends? Probably.
Is it going to be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all.
Are you all going to be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
Both making money.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully I just make him bleed.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has always been a fighter who operates on his own terms, whether it's his devastating knockouts, heated feuds, or unpredictable decisions outside the ring. He commands attention in a way that few fighters can, but his latest revelation, that he plans to retire at the end of the year, has left fans and analysts questioning whether this is just another mind game or if Davis is truly preparing to walk away from boxing for good.
Man, I mean, it's going to go. Tank going to be losing the first 3 rounds. Then he's going to download the data. Then he going to knock this dude out in round 7 or 8. Then he going to do the backflip. Then Jim Gray's going to get in the ring, or Caleb Plant's wife, and say, who do you want next? And Tank's going to say, I want all those guys. And they're going to go.
It's impossible to overlook the legal troubles and personal challenges that have followed Gervonta "Tank" Davis outside the ring. Some speculate that he's simply tired of the constant scrutiny and looking for a fresh start. Others believe his complicated relationship with Floyd Mayweather could be playing a role in his decision. Their dynamic has seen plenty of ups and downs, and Mayweather has long preached that boxers should be smart with their money and retire while they're still on top. Could Davis be following that advice, or is this just another attempt to distance himself from Mayweather's influence? Whatever the case, his retirement talk has sparked strong reactions across the boxing world. Some fighters see it as a calculated business move, while others think Davis is simply trying to avoid certain matchups. With speculation running wild, one thing is clear. If Davis truly plans to walk away, he's leaving a lot of unanswered.